security situation in the southeast, south-south is critical. Police IG, the acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, has said that there are critical situations in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zones in the country. Baba disclosed this on Friday at the opening of a meeting with the police strategic commanders in the zones held in Abuja, NAN reported. The newly appointed police boss said the meeting was aimed at discussing security issues affecting the two regions of the country to resolve them. According to Baba, after the meeting, the commanders will go back to their zones to implement the outcome of the meeting. The acting IGP said the challenges would require the force to rejig its operational strategies to ensure that the issues were nipped in the bud immediately. It is not like we do not have problems in other geopolitical zones of the country, but we have to address them one after the other, he said. He said calling a larger meeting of all commissioners of police and other senior officers would not be right at the moment because of COVID-19 protocols. Well, everything is very, very vague because, you see, the lack of trust that the Nigerian citizens just have, when it comes to good news like this, we're always doubting it. It should not be the case, of course. But the fact just remains that, you know what, it's even too vague. They're not even helping matters. You say that, I mean, from how things are, I'd say that things are worse in the north than any other part of the country. But if they want to tackle issues one after the other, that's absolutely fine. But he says they didn't actually say what issues were there and what issues they were going to tackle. Because again, according to the article, it says, according to Baba, after the meeting, the commanders will go back to their zones to implement the outcome of the meeting. The question is, what is the outcome of the meeting? If you don't make these things clear and carry the people along with you in terms of what your line of action is, then how do we know when to trust you or what your plan is, and if your plan is in line with the interest of the people of, you know, the south-south and southeast geopolitical zones, as you've said? Well, let's look at the comment section. And the first person said, if the southeast and south-south can he in critical condition, the northeast and northwest should be declared state of emergency. Exactly, because I don't understand this country. Again, someone says, anyone surprised that this whole thing is trumped up excuses to occupy both regions by force before the next election? How could security in the southeast and south-south be more serious than the daily mayhem going on in the north, including 10-year ongoing war? Absolutely. I mean, children have been kidnapped in schools and people are being killed as they go on about their daily basic activities. The deaths that are recorded in the north, they're probably even worse than the numbers given to us. But again, you want to say the situation in the south, south, and southeast is critical. I mean, if you want to use, as someone has said, if you want to use this as your opportunity to sort of invade or basically just get into you know, the space and sort of take over, just say that, because we know that you know, the Nigeria and the southeast have their, what do you call it, their little bit of beef. Someone says it's all open to see the Buhari-led government is more scared of IPOB than Boko Haram bandits, armed Fulani herdsmen and kidnappers all put together. Despite the overcritical, desperate cases and thousands of deaths recorded in the north, the IG overlooked these heinous cases to describe the minor cases of yesterday's UGM crisis in the east as critical. Goes to show the hypocrisy. Absolutely 100%. And I think this just shows how the people of the north should even be aggravated and go and protest and be like, excuse me, this is happening in our side. We've been attacked, you know, with Boko Haram for so many years. Things are getting progressively worse. And then you are saying that the south is in a more critical position. What is that meant to mean? And again, it is so true, as this person has said, that the Buhari-led government is very threatened of IPOB. Why? Because they are the most aware set of people that are so united. I mean, all they have to do is breathe and the government of Nigeria is shaking. That is just how it works, because these people are so aware. They understand, oh my gosh, they are so rooted in their roots. They understand their identity. They understand how independence came to be. There is something that they know that the rest of Nigeria that doesn't know, which sort of is something that is always pushing the agitation for, a self determined, state. But it's like they are so united, and they're so aware. That is one of, they're so aware. They know what is going on. They will call it out, and there's something that the Nigerian government is scared of. And obviously, with the propaganda that the Nigerian government tries to do every single time, they're always going about the word they're trying to attack IPOB evidently is the area of their unity, because again, there's always this fake news which has not been proven, or alleged news, that one ESN member was attacked or was captured, and then this ESN member then exposed Nnamdi Kanu, and just certain things. And it's just like they really underestimate, and they're very scared of the next moves of Biafra. I mean, they literally launched out the Eastern Security Network. As they launched it, no one knew about it, were very strategic. So again, when the propaganda that's laid against them is just public, it's just like, these people use tact and they are not reckless. So there are just certain things that they claim that, Biafrans have done. And we, the public eye, we just know that it is absolutely false. So yes, it is very, very true. From the actions and patterns of the Nigerian government, they are very much intimidated and threatened by the unity of Biafrans. And I think this is something that would probably embolden them to actually fight for their self-determined state, as they should. They should not be, are not allowed to do that. Someone says, this is downright ridiculous. Your main focus is on the southern region, while the north, that has been a den of terrorism, kidnapping and killing, is being trivialized. Bring it on and see how your cohorts would be ruined. And I think one thing is, unfortunately, I believe that because, the insurgency banditry has gone on in the north for so many years, to the people, I don't even know what the general consensus is like especially on social media, because I think that's the closest and most efficient way of, the northern part of the country sort of expressing how they feel. But it's more like, how can they live in such a place and not protest? Or because it's something like that cannot happen in the south of Nigeria and the whole world will not wake up to it. Look at the NSAS protest. And for the NSAS protest, people even felt like we waited a long time. But again, things have not gone, as bad as 10% of what is going on in the north, and Nigerians in the south will just be on fire, especially with technology and social media being their weapon. But I think in the northern part of the country, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just as if they're now used to it. It's now the norm. So at first, it was something, okay, fine, let us react to this. But now it's a thing that's happening so consistently, banditry, kidnapping, and now they're attacking the future generations of the northern part of the country. I mean, they're attacking, kidnapping, the kids in schools. So again, I just hope that for the north, their resistance to speak up would not be that it becomes a norm for them, and then because it's a norm, they see it as normal. It's just really, really bad. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.